what is the word? What is that word I'm seeking? When you don't like something, it's, what is it called, Glenn? My pet peeves.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. He was angry with me, and he took his little people and ran away. But anyway. So. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Florida Exotic Fish Sales Fish Farm. We're out here today. Last video is when we unloaded the wild Tanganyikas. Today we are coming out here, we're going to take a look at the sex ratios so I can split these things up with some people who bought them. This is my little look at them better. Now these fish, I wouldn't have to wear this except for these fish were over in Africa were purged real good. So they're really not, I don't need to wear that. They're really not that
chunky.
Yeah. So there's harder to sex them when they're not chunky. We've been feeding them, but still, they're not like they should be. These are gold sex fasciatus, Lamprologus gold sex fasciatus. Now, these guys, they've been getting live big brine, and these are egg layers, Tanganyikan egg layers. Like to have crevices where they will go lay their eggs. Now I'm assuming, but I'm not positive, that the big boys are the males, but that's not a positive thing. So here they are, gold sex fasciatus. Neat fish. These things will breed very well when they decide to breed, but they are a tough get starter, and they will breed and do really great male, and then all of a sudden they'll just stop. They're very known for that. These little guys are not going to be easy. Let me get rid of some of these big guys first. I'm out. I had somebody ask, you know, why are you still bringing in wild fish? And I think I mentioned before that we always try to upgrade our genetics here at the farm. So basically, these guys are to upgrade genetics or flat out, I don't have them. And in this particular case, I do not have this fish right now. So we're gonna use these for breeders. So far, it looks like I got 4 males. And now I'll start looking at these guys. Some of these might be males also. But we did pretty good with the shipment. It came in pretty nice. Another male. And now we'll just see how they did over there with the sex. Again, it's not as easy as if these fish had been here for a while and had put on some weight. As you can see, they're not, most of the fish on the farm here have been here for a while. There's not this indentation right here. They're fat. And these guys are not, they're coming over into my little, I made a little pouch over here for the females, and they're defying me. So I'm gonna have to make the pouch again. These are very difficult. Some of these smaller ones, they've never laid an egg. Then it's sometimes very difficult to see if they are a female.
So what would be your ideal male to female ratio?
These guys will pair.
I know, but if you're going to set up a breeding colony, what would you like?
I'm going to put one male with 3 or 4 females, and with an area for the pair that might pair off to hang out on one end of the tank, and then what they'll do is they'll push the fish that they don't want around to the other end, and I'll get in there and take them out before they kill them.
So would you provide structure for them?
Yes. Kind of like the video we did on the Trets.
Okay.
Very similar fish. Very, very similar. So, let's see, we got one.
Actually, it almost looks like a Tret, but it's yellow.
Yes, yes. And it's got 6 stripes, so I guess Sex fasciatus could be. You know, I'm not a... There's people out there who know so much more about these fish than I do. I mean, there's people out there that know that you could put, that if I ever went to a contest, let's name the fish, I'd know who I'd pick. I know the people I'd pick. Geniuses. But then there's eggheads out there. I call them eggheads. People who say they know a lot about fish, but have seen like 40 of them in their entire life, and they become experts. Those people drive me crazy. There's one of my, what is the word? What is that word I'm seeking? When you don't like something, it's, what is it called, Glenn? My pet peeves.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm assuming that most of these are females here, and those are males. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna see how many. I think there's. Are there 8 fish in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 8 fish in there. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like about 16 or 17. So if this is a good ratio, that would be cool. 2. Like egghead is, for example, I took albino peacock to the first show I ever went to, and Glenn can show you a cover photo we got with it. We won the show at the Best New Angler. And there was this guy sitting there, and he had a bunch of people crowded around him, and he was telling about the fish. And he knew it was my fish, and I was standing right behind him when he was talking to him. And he was saying that this was a really beautiful albino. It truly was. We've improved it over the years, but he's saying, well, the problem is that you have to breed it back to the brown sunshine to get viable babies. And here I was sitting at home on my farm with about 2,000 2-inch albinos and about 1,000 large ones. And I sat there and let him talk for a while, and then I said, excuse me, you know, those are my fish. He kind of turned around and looked at me like, you know, yeah, so what? And I said, well, in actuality, they breed true. And he was angry with me, and he took his little people and ran away. But anyway, so I'm going to split these things up because I know one person wants 10, and there's 8 over there, and there's 12 here. So in my book, that's 20 fish. So I'm going to keep 8, and I'm going to give him 12, so he'll have more choice of what he's doing. Hey, these are Benthachromis horii. They're really a fly out of the water fish. This is a male, not in great color, but gets a yellow chin. These I'm really not going to sex because they're going out to the same guy. There's another male. See how he's starting to get the yellow on his chin, and and you see all the stripes on the side. I think these used to be called. Well, I'm not going to go there, but I think they used to be called tricotti, but now they're horii. But see how skinny they are? If you look, they're skinny because, you know, they were purged over there, which is good because if they're not, a 40-hour trip coming here, not a good thing. It's going to be another male. These are not that easy to sex for me, even with my goggles on. So I'm doing the best I can, but since they're really all going, so there you go. All right, we'll take these in, then we'll go to the next fish.
This is the red rainbow tropheus. So he's just gonna grab a couple real quick, just so we can give you an idea of what they look like.
There's one behind. I'm gonna count them.
Oh, he's gonna count.
So I'll know how to pack them. There's one up there. So this is a red rainbow type. There's a bunch of red. I think there's several red rainbow types. The Langi's almost a red rainbow type, except it's the best one. But there's a nice one right there.
There we come.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Yep. That's actually a big old female. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a nice one. It's a little smaller. It's going to get a reddish dorsal. These fish, when you aggravate them, is when they really fire up. By aggravate them, I mean, you know, I'm going to kind of bother them here, and they'll throw up. I lost count. I don't care. I think it's 10, 11, 12. And then when they're breeding, of course, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, I got 31. All right, so that's good.
I've got the Inconde up here.
Incondes are over there?
Yep.
Okay. It's another Tropheus. I don't know a lot about this. Never have bred this. You can't breed them. We can't breed them all here. But I remember this as being a fairly attractive fish, but maybe not the most gorgeous of them. I'm breeding a Langi, Chimba, Icola, Bemba, and the Boise. And a Langi being the premier one. It's the king of Tropheus. I have never been able to get one bigger than 1.25 inches because we sell them out so fast. But here, looks like this is a nice colored up one. It's okay, but it's not to me the most gorgeous Tropheus, but it's still okay. So I'm going to count real quick, and if Glenn turns it off somewhere the line, doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We need to write this on the cards, Glenn. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay. 36, 37, 38 is what I got. Now, I might have missed some, but that's good to know because that's going to take, 4 boxes of 10. These are ink fin black calvus. Very nice fish. Alto lamprologus. It's a, Glenn, you know what? Give me another net because I'm going to kind of do a quick sexing on these.
I'll be right back, Rick. I'm gonna go grab another net.
Yeah, well, you should have had it in the first place.
I get no respect.
But this is egg layer. And typically of these guys, the male is gonna, size-wise, is gonna be, compared to the female, is gonna be huge. So that's just the way that is. They don't in the wild, these females, they live inside of a shell, and they very rarely come out. So they really just stay small. So I'll put money on it. This is a male, of course. And these are known as black pectorals because they get this. There's other black calvus, but these guys get this really cool black pectoral fin. See it? That's cool. So that's a male. Now this little, believe it or not, now I hold them like this because it makes them spread. That's a female. That little guy's a female. It's probably been breeding over in Africa. But if you hold them like this, they're easy to sex because they spread their pectorals aside. That's a male. So it's the best way to check them. It doesn't hurt them. I don't want to hear any people saying, look at him, he's squeezing the dorsal fin. I'm not squeezing it, I'm holding it. And remember what I keep telling you, these fish are precious to me. They've come a long way, and we take good care of them here at the farm. So I'm going to go through these. I don't know if Glenn's going to film the whole thing. Nice male. Still a little, you know, needs to put some. There's going to be females in here, by the way, that are bigger. That's for sure. But there's going to be most of these bigger. These males can get a good 2 inches bigger than this. I've seen them. But by that time they're that big, forget breeding. All they do is kill the female. They just don't have interest in breeding out anymore. They just nothing. So and there's really sometimes there's a little color difference. The female, that's a nice size female. The female will stay like a lighter color. And of course the male is going to be the one that's going to be guarding the shell. We don't breed them in shells here. You can't get them out of it. So we breed them in our secret Tama room. She'll kill me. She'll tell you. She's going to end up telling you. It's no major secret. What Tama's major secret is, I'm not going to tell you. But she just knows how to set them up. A lot of people know how to set them up. And I always tell her, you know, don't worry about, I mean, who out there has 100 breeder tanks for something? So, but she always, they're going to find out my secret. Next thing you know, it's going to be somebody breeding 7,000 of them. Put your belly aching. Now, these extra males, to me, in my world of selling fish, are easy to sell. And in fact, I'll charge a premium for them because they're so beautiful. And a lot of people that just flat out don't want to breed the fish. They just want a nice, big, colorful, humongous male. And when you get a male in here that's that big, it's something to see. I mean, it really is. But usually the way they pack them, they got one male and two females in a tank, in a bag. Sometimes the female in the bag doesn't fare too well coming in here. So it's nice to get them. But anyway. So anyway, how many got over there, Glenn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
Yep.
13. Okay. 14. 15, 16. 17, 18. Okay. 18. And before these go anywhere, I'm going to let Tama come out and take a look at them. She's the expert. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, 29, 30. I got 31, I think. Females. 31. So again, this is probably the biggest male in here. Black pectoral Altolamprologus calvus. Gorgeous fish. When it plumps up, it's going to fire up color even better than that. And this pectoral fish, the other black calvus don't have as black a pectoral. And to be honest, I think, you know, when we get little babies, not every one of them has full-blown black pectoral. But maybe we don't raise very many of them up to size. So who knows? They may blast that black color when they're big enough. But I don't know. It could be one of those. Hey, look closely. See it?
What was the number on these?
Oh gosh, 31. I'm going to recount them anyway. 31. All right. These are Foai, F-O-A-I. I think they're Cyathopharynx. Don't, you know, if I say something wrong, people don't give me a hard time blasting me. Notice what an ignorant person you are. I know who I am. But I bred more fish in 1 year than you'll see in your lifetime. So that's how I judge it. A friend in Minnesota I hunt with all the time used to tell me, as long as they can't eat you, you're okay. Don't worry about them. But these are Foai. I believe these are old Versifer. But these guys, they don't have any color right now. But they're going to get, this is a male. You can see at the tip here of his, if you can see at the tip of this is a little egg spot. But he's going to get blue all. They fire up they fire up during the daytime, and then so you see the color on it. That's when it's fired up. It's going to be blazing. See the egg?
Yeah, it's
right here. See it? This is what they wiggle around right here for the females.
And normally that gets a lot brighter.
Oh yeah, it'll be blasting. They wiggle around. The female thinks it's an egg and snaps at it. That's how the eggs get fertilized. So these are Foai. These are staying here. All of these are staying here for breeders. I hope the ratio, I hope there's plenty. I'm not going to play with them too much, but I hope there's plenty of females. All right, now we're going to head down here. We're going to look at my tricolor sips. Now these are all staying here. So I'm not even going to try to catch the whole tank. I'm just going to catch so I can show you a nice male. I think I got one in front of me. Yep. Now I'm hoping these are heavy, heavy females. Yep, there's a nice male. Tricolor. Now they're known for their black dorsal. Again, they're not fired up because they're not, you know, super fat yet, but yellow tail, and they'll get this yellow head. Like here's probably a more dominant one.
There's that one.
And if he would, you know, like I said, if he was fired up, yellow tail, yellow head, bluish body, real black dorsal fin and anal fin. But when they're breeding, this yellow head he's getting a little bit fired up now. But they'll switch daily on who's the most fired up one, who's breeding. And I've never marked them, but I know they do it because sometimes I'll come on here and be like, this little guy right here is small, might be the one that's most blazed in the morning. And when these guys breed, they always seem to breed in one, just everybody at once. Glenn is a believer that it's happening by the moon. And I don't doubt it. I've never kept track, but I'll beef these guys up. And again, selling off the extra males, absolutely no problem. All right, let's hold for a minute while I get set up the next tank. Tropheus Icola, known for the, we get them all?
No, there's one hanging out.
Okay, can you grab him? Or you want me to come back and get him?
I'll let you come and get it. Or actually, I can grab this other net.
Well, if
And
you're
with
gonna
one hand.
if you're gonna drop the camera. Did you get it? If not, I'll get it.
Yep, he's hanging out right in that
Okay,
corner. Here.
Do me a favor, Glenn. Hold this right here because this is a little bit more shallow than I want, and I don't want those fish out of the water so bad. This is, you know, some people call it yellow band, but its name is Icola. Big female. Females are going to go here. Males will go next door. This is going to take a while. I don't know if Glenn's going to film the whole thing.
Yeah, let's just show them what they actually look like.
Now when they get fired up, see the band in the middle, solid yellow. Whoops. I'm holding the net up because I don't want it to, this is a little bit shallow pipe.
Now, are these Kaiser or this is?
Well, I don't think so. But they're in the, you know, the Kaisers are, I think, a little bit more yellow. But these are a nice variety. But I'm not counting them now. All I'm going to do is separate males and females, and I'm hoping that we have a lot more females than males. Here's a nice one.
Beautiful.
Yep. I'd have to check the paperwork on them to see where the area they came from. I don't know that I remember. But this is a good breeding Tropheus. I mean, they breed well. And again, the bigger ones, you know, once they've bred, they're very easy to sex. When they haven't bred, then they're a little bit more difficult. And again, they're skinnier than I like them to sex them. But these glasses help an old guy like me. And they got more lenses on them. They got some that are like ½ inch thick. I don't need those yet. I'm gonna have my eyes done soon. This is the last tank we're gonna do today. These are Maleros. They're a red variety. Nice fish.
These are one of my favorites. They remind me, I mean, they kind of have the redness like the Alangi does.
Yep. Glenn, just grab that net. I'll pull it down, but I'm going to hold on to it. Let me get the rest of these guys. So, again, I'm going to try to sex them and get a count on them. So, you want me to get them? Did you miss anybody? I don't see anybody down here.
Nope, looks good down here.
Okay, I'm gonna throw, well, you know what, Glenn, let me have a bucket. I'm gonna put the males in a bucket. It'll be easier for me to move these guys. And I'll get water out of here. I'm gonna put females in the net, males in a bucket. And then we can count them, because if I try to do it otherwise, I'm gonna lose it. But let's see here. I'll let you see. Here's a nice one right here.
Yeah, beautiful. One of my favorites. I love that big.
Yep. Let's get it up here a little bit.
Yep.
Nice. I think tomorrow I'm going to jack up my little glasses here and do a better job making sure that I got it right. These little guys are difficult, but Even some of these little guys will be breeding shortly. Once they, I mean, this little guy right here, I know he's little, but there's several little ones like that. But once they get some girth to them, they'll be breeding. What do you think, male or female?
I'm gonna say male.
No, either one.
No, I say
it's
male.
Female. But when I said male or female, and you said no, I thought we just developed a new fish here.
Well, it's kind of difficult to hold a camera and try to stay in focus and
then wah, poor baby, poor little baby, little male. I will resex these. Tomorrow they're going in the warehouse and they're going to go bye-bye. But I will resex them. And we treat these guys out here when we're going to be shipping them. We haven't fed them. We've been draining them as if they've been in the warehouse. We'll drain them again this afternoon. So in effect, what they're doing, they're cleaning out right now. I mean, they're not. We stopped food yesterday. And, don't worry, don't be freaking out. Oh, they're starving to fish. These fish, again, these fish didn't show up where they showed up, big fat fish. These fish work all day long scraping rocks in order to get a little mouthful of food. So that's another thing you got to be cautious of when you get them to your fish tank. Don't overfeed. If you've got your wife, your children, and you're feeding these fish, and everybody's grabbing the food bucket, throwing food in, you're going to get what everybody loves to call bloat, which I don't believe in. I believe bloat is overfeeding, flat out. Then the fish gets backed up. They get a secondary infection, and that's what people call bloat. If you ever bust your fish up like that, salt them. You can put the equivalent of 80 pounds of salt to 1,000 gallons, so you can do the math. Don't be putting 80 pounds of salt in a 100-gallon tank. Figure it out. So it's like, divide 80 by 10, that's 8 pounds, so you can put 8 pounds in 100 gallons. So then if you want to do the math even more, you divide 10 into that. So you figure it out. But it works great. It'll crap the fish right out. Another way to do it is you won't be able to do it. But when you put these guys in a bucket, the first thing they do is, so anyway, there's only a couple more fish out here that I haven't gone through, which are my Petrochromis, and I'm not going to do them today. And that's it. So hey, thanks for being on the farm with us. Follow up on large Tanganyikan shipment, and it's been a blast. Remember, you should like us, comment, and you should also
subscribe.
Subscribe, yeah, subscribe. I don't remember that enough.
Hey, Rick. Just for clarification, you gave us the 80 pounds of salt for 1,000 gallons, and you broke it down for 8 pounds for 100 gallons. But let's just clarify for our followers, we use what's called a flow-through system tank, so they need to research.
No, they can sit in that. The University of Florida did a study on that, Dr. Ruth Floyd, and the fish can actually stay in that and not bother them. African Cichlids indefinitely, because that's how they figured it out, because not everybody has this flow-through system. So when we do a 4,000 gallon tank, we're not going to throw, what we're going to do is we're going to drop that down to 12 inches, throw the appropriate amount of salt in there. As it's coming up, we're going to throw more. So you can leave that in the tank. It won't hurt. It won't pickle them.
Perfect.
So I mean, just do your math and do it correctly. But you don't, you can get Malawi salts, which contains all kinds of stuff, and throw them in your tank. They have that. But we use rock salt here because we use it, for the whole farm. So we go buy it from the
feed store.
Yeah, whatever, we get it.
Yep.
All right, guys, thanks. Nice being around.
All right, thanks, Rick.